This is the first time that this story has ever been told. I hope you enjoy it. The year is 2077, and we find ourselves in the sprawling megacity of Neotokyo. Towering skyscrapers pierce the smog-filled sky, while neon advertisements flicker on every available surface. The city's underbelly is a labyrinth of dark alleys and cybernetically enhanced street vendors. It's a world where technology and tradition collide in a symphony of chrome and concrete. In the heart of this urban jungle lives a young man named David. He's a hacker with a difference. Unlike many of his contemporaries, he isn't interested in stealing corporate data or manipulating stock prices. No, David's targets are the old world religions, the ones that have been all but forgotten in this age of advanced technology. He believes that these ancient belief systems hold secrets that can unlock humanity's potential, especially for people like him, the descendants of African tribes who have somehow managed to retain their cultural identity in this brave new world. David is part of a small community of black people in Neotokyo, all of them descendants of a Zulu tribe from South Africa who were brought to the city under false pretenses, only to be sold into cybernetic slavery. Their ancestors were tricked by a charismatic leader named Shaka Zulu. He promised them a better life in a technologically advanced society, only to betray them and sell them to the highest bidder. But the Zulus were a proud people, and they refused to be broken. They fought back against their oppressors, and over the years they built a thriving community in the heart of Neotokyo. And now, 5 generations later, they still hold on to their cultural identity, speaking their native language and practicing their ancient religions. But life in Neotokyo is not easy, especially for a group of black people in the 22nd century. They are often targeted by the city's cybernetically enhanced Yakuza and corporate security forces, who see them as nothing more than property. That's why David has taken to hacking the city's religious databases, searching for information on ancient African religions that might help his people. He believes that the answers they seek are hidden in plain sight, encoded in the very fabric of the city. One rainy evening, David is contacted by an enigmatic woman named Aoki. She is a member of the Yakuza, and she offers David a proposition. Aoki wants David to hack into the city's mainframe and retrieve some data for her. In exchange, she will give him access to the city's most secure database, one that contains information on the city's elite and their underdealings. David accepts the offer, and soon he is knee-deep in the city's mainframe, dodging firewalls and security programs. But he is not alone. A mysterious hacker known only as the Oracle is watching his every move. The Oracle is a legendary figure in Neotokyo's underworld, a hacker who has managed to elude the city's authorities for years, and now he is watching David, seemingly testing his skills. Intrigued by the challenge, David decides to play along, using his knowledge of the city's infrastructure to outwit the Oracle at every turn. But the game is not without its risks. If David makes one wrong move, he could trigger the city's security protocols and be hunted down by the ruthless cyborg assassins known as the Enforcers. As David delves deeper into the city's mainframe, he uncovers a conspiracy that reaches the highest levels of power in Neotokyo. He learns that the city's leaders are involved in a scheme to erase the history of the forgotten religions, replacing them with a new cybernetic religion that will control the minds of the masses. But David is not the only one who has made this discovery. The Oracle has been watching him, and he knows everything that David knows. The two hackers meet in the virtual world, their avatars clashing in a battle of wits and skill. The Oracle is not what David expected. He is an old man, his face wrinkled with age, his eyes filled with wisdom. The Oracle tells David that he has been watching him, testing him to see if he is worthy of becoming his apprentice. He offers David a chance to join him in his mission to uncover the truth about Neotokyo's past and the forgotten religions. But before David can make a decision, the Enforcers appear, their cybernetic bodies and weapons drawn. They have traced David's IP address to his apartment and are there to arrest him. The Oracle, however, is prepared. He uses his vast knowledge of the city's infrastructure to evade the Enforcers, leading them on a wild goose chase through Neotokyo's virtual reality districts. All the while, David is making his own escape, using his knowledge of the city's underground tunnels to stay one step ahead of his pursuers. He eventually makes his way to an abandoned subway station where he meets up with Aoki. She has retrieved the data that he requested, and it contains information on the city's leaders, their plans to erase the history of the forgotten religions. Together, David and Aoki decide to expose the conspiracy. using the data that David has stolen to blackmail the city's leaders and bring them to justice. But they are not the only ones who have obtained this information. The Oracle has also managed to infiltrate the city's media center, and he begins broadcasting the truth about Neotokyo's past to the entire city. The people are shocked and outraged when they learn about the conspiracy, and they rise up against the city's leaders. In the ensuing chaos, David and Aoki are captured by the city's security forces. They are brought before the city's council, who are furious about the exposure of their conspiracy. But the people of Neotokyo are not having it. They storm the council building and demand that David and Aoki be released. The council has no choice but to comply, and the two hackers are hailed as heroes. David has uncovered the truth about Neotokyo's past and the forgotten religions. He has given the people of the city hope for a better future. In the aftermath of the revolution, David and Aoki work together to rebuild Tokyo. They use the city's advanced technology to create new systems that are more fair and equitable for all of its citizens. And they never forget the lessons of the past. They know that it is up to them to protect the city from those who would seek to control it. And so, they stand together, watching over Neotokyo, ready to defend it from any threat that may come its way. David, the young hacker from South Africa, has become a legend in Neotokyo. His story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail. Thank you for listening to the story of David. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. Also, be sure to check out my other stories. You never know what you might find. Until next time, stay safe and keep hacking.